Hi there, you guys. It's Kara the Red Demon. This is going to be my special for the 20 subs that I finally hit. I'm super pumped about that. Yeah, and in the corner you can actually see a drawing one of my friends did for me. It's really cool. Maybe I'll show you guys. See? Yeah, it was me in one of the fandoms that my friend that drew it for me was really into. I don't know if she still is, but it's really cool. Anyway, so for this 20k subscribers, 20k, you can tell I'm still kind of tired, but for this 20 subscribers special, I actually am going to tell you all a story that happened to me not too long ago. It's maybe about 2 weeks ago now, 2 or 3. It's been a little while, but it is one of my very first ghost encounters. Now, how to start it off? That's really the thing here, isn't it? So how it works out is I was looking. I keep moving my camera. I'm sorry. I'm holding my phone as I'm recording this. But yeah, I went onto the Apple App Store since I've got an Apple phone, and I wanted to go find some horror games. I really enjoy horror. You guys know this by now through my different gameplays of the Resident Evil, Biohazard, of oh hi Dennis. Are things working there? I'll I'll talk to him in a moment. But yeah, so I really enjoy different horror things, and as I was looking around, I was like, well, I've also got a VR headset for my phone. Maybe I can do something VR-ish. So I didn't type in VR. I wish I'd had. Maybe I wouldn't have had my experience. But I was definitely an idiot. So they had this thing. It was like an EMP reader. Now, how an EMP works, I don't think it's actually EMP per se, but it's one of those things where if you guys have ever watched Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters or anything like that, they have readers where they will show you what a ghost looks like, and it's more like a little stick figure where it's got like tiny circles for the joints, and then it's completely just sticks for everything else, even for just whatever. But actually, where I am sitting right now, where I am up against, was where I saw the ghost in the camera. And so it also allows you to speak with the ghost. You're not actually talking, but it has some pre-typed questions that you can ask the ghost. So what happened was I found this reader, and I thought, oh, it's a hoax. It's gonna be pretty funny. I looked at some of the different yeah, sorry, I had to change hands. I looked at the different reviews. Someone had actually said they saw their grandmother, and I thought, well, maybe I might see someone from my family. I shouldn't have thought that, because I know this doesn't seem like I am from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints with how often I swear, and I'm trying to work on that, but I am from there. I am from the church, and I should have known no good spirit would deal with this type of thing. This is more like something for Satan and all of that. And I should have known, just because of the fact that, I'll feel the comforting hand on my shoulder at times, or I'll hear a voice, you're not alone, you're not alone, we're here with you, different things like that. I have actually had some of those experiences, but they were I didn't really consider it ghost per se, just because I was like, this is my family that's doing this. They're telling me they're here for me, and whatever I need, they're here to help out. So yeah, I keep having notifications pop up. Okay, but it said it needed my camera to be able to look around for the ghost, and I was like, okay, allow for the camera. So I started, and it had stories on it too, like stories of people that had written what they experienced and posted it on it or whatnot. So what I decided was I would look at the stories later, and I wanted to have my first experience with this joke thing. So I started looking around my room. I would move my camera like this, like what I'm doing right now, only like slower. I moved my camera around, and as I'm sitting here in my bed, I was on the other end of my bed. But as I sat there, there was nothing going on, like no shred of any presence or anything. And then as I was looking over here at my my closet, I'm not gonna show it to you guys because it's a mess. But as I looked over at my closet, that was when it said there's an anomaly. And when it says there's an anomaly, normally it's meaning you've got maybe little speck of light going past you or something. That's what happens sometimes on the Ghost Adventures. And I was like, okay, it's probably a little light thing. So I turned my camera to face this wall that I'm against. And there it was. It was this white presence, and it had the hands were like floating like this, and like it didn't have any legs at all, like this. Yeah, you guys can see I'm wearing Jack now. But it didn't really have any legs. I saw the hands and the arms and the head and the torso, body like that, you know. But it looked like it had like little floaty wisp thing for the legs, like you would see in one of the cartoons. Well, as I was doing this, I I had this feeling in my gut that I needed to stop, and I didn't listen. So it has some of these pre-written messages for you, and like you'll click up at the top of your phone, and as you're looking through the messages, you can ask him any number of questions. I don't remember everything I asked him because everything kind of went in a blur after this. But you know, like I asked him how he died, or no, I asked if he was good or bad, and it said I am neither good nor bad. And as I was, excuse me, as I was talking with it, it just so happened that there was one thing that I could ask how it died, and it said that its family was in a mansion, and the mansion ended up burning down. Well, part of that made me feel like the ghost was a guy, so I immediately assumed it's a he. I didn't ask gender or anything like that. The very last question I asked was if it had a special message for me, and it said, "I do not, Kira." And as soon as, like, so, like, what happens is it'll pop up on the screen that the ghost's response is in green and kind of looks like some chicken scratch type thing, like you would see in Wind Waker when you're talking to the gods there. And then it finally went into English language so I could understand it, and it read, "I do not, Kira." So immediately after it said that, I didn't have my glasses on at the time, and so I kind of freaked out. I immediately closed out the app after ending the session. I quickly grabbed my glasses, which happened to be on this shelf up here that you see. And as I grabbed them, I quickly put them on. I put the glasses case back, and I was like, sorry for invading your personal space, Mr. Ghost. I immediately ran out my room, making sure that my back was not to the ghost. I was like, if he's gonna be attacking me, I'm in trouble. I don't want my back to him. So, apologies. I'm still yawning. So the thing that happened was, as I was going through to the front room, I went in there, was just playing some games on my phone to relax and everything, and like I worked on deleting the app too for that EMP reader. I was like, I'm not gonna have this again. And I didn't know what to tell my dad. Normally he like kind of jokes and makes a bit of fun of me sometimes. But when my dad woke up from being asleep in his chair, I didn't tell him. You know, I was still terrified. I literally had the back of my neck's hairs standing up, and I had goosebumps all over my arm. And my hairs are kind of standing up again like they were before, so that shows you it still kind of shakes me up when I talk about this. But I was going to go and change. I grabbed some of my clothes that were in the front room in the basket, and I was taking them to the bathroom so I could go and change. When I saw my mom start stirring in my mom and dad's bedroom, which is right next to mine. So I went in there, I put my head next to my mom's on the pillow, and she was kind of groggy still. She's like, hello, and told her I'm an idiot. I explained the situation and everything, and she was kind of agreeing with me, like, yeah, you were a bit of an idiot, but don't beat yourself up over it. And, like, all of that. And I was telling her, I was like, I get adrenaline rushes from watching things that are horror or doing horror, and I don't know what it is, but it's addicting to me. I really enjoy it. And she was kind of chuckling at me, and so she's like, okay, that's fine, whatever. That's not how she would get her adrenaline rush if she needed it, or wanted it for that matter. She never really does want it. But after I was talking with her, my dad remembered something that had been in the scriptures, and he told me about it. So I says, okay, I need to go do that. And I originally was planning I wanted to have Dad do it. But then I had the thought, this is my room. I brought this ghost in. I need to bring it out. Or I need to make it go out. I can't just go to my dad for this. This is my responsibility. So I walked into my room, and what my dad told me to do was, I'm going to bring my camera back a bit, was to raise my right arm up in the square. You can't hardly see. There we go. Raise my right arm up in the square and say, in the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to leave. And right after I did that, I immediately felt a wave of relief wash over me completely. And I sat down on the other bed in my room, which is the bed my brother sleeps on. And I kind of sat there, I was like, I feel so good now. I don't feel like I'm in trouble or in danger or anything. And I went back out to grab my clothes because I'd left them in my parents' room. And as I came back into my room, I was still relieved and everything, and I started jumping up and down. I feel good to be in my own room again. So it was definitely a crazy experience, and I don't recommend doing what I did. If you want that rush, just go watch Ghost Adventures or something. Go watch Ghost Hunters. Listen to ghost stories. Go to Creeps McPasta, I think is one of them that I really enjoy. Go and watch him. Listen to the different stories there, or anything like that. It's just, if you want the rush, don't look for the ghost yourself. I've learned that the hard way. Because if you invite the ghost into your home, into your room even, it's not safe. I didn't feel safe in my own room, which is practically my secret garden when I want to be alone. So if you want to feel safe, please just don't do that. Don't be an idiot like what I was. I hope you guys will learn from my personal experience of a ghost encounter that was completely my own fault. And yes, I still want to like visit different areas and watch ghost stories and ghost adventures and everything. And like paranormal caught on camera is really cool. Some of this stuff is actually becoming real, and that's because of how powerful Satan is. So we need to try and we can't let ourselves get caught up in things like this. We need to have the the will not to do things like this. Honestly, I needed the will, and I didn't have it at that point, but it brought up my testimony a lot. And I'm not trying to make this into a testimony meeting, I promise. But if you guys want something like that, don't download that app. Just go watch one of those shows or something. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and please hit the like button, and if you haven't, hit the subscribe and click the notification bell. It's really going to help me out. I'm really excited that I've finally gotten to 20 subscribers. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.